YouTubeski, what it doski? We are back with Amethyst for part two
Part two.
on a classic interview.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. All right. So the first video basically covered your whole background as a Jehovah's Witness and things that you questioned leaving. Now we want to get more into what has the road and the journey look like after Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah, it has been a very interesting journey, not going to lie. It has been only around 3 to 4 years, and it actually feels longer and sometimes feels shorter than that.
Mhm.
I'm 33, but I'm actually feeling like I'm finally a teenager because I never got to enjoy any of those years
Yeah.
because I was a pioneer. I was constantly in the Kingdom Hall. I was constantly doing a lot of things. I'm not now I can actually go on the street and say like, that's a cute guy or that's a cute person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can finally say it out loud, you
Right.
know? And coming out of the organization to this day has been a roller coaster
Mhm.
of blessings and curses, if I can call it that way. Because it has taught me a lot of people and how to rely on myself and not so much on others, but at the same time, trusting those who actually gave me the chance to. For example, in my case right now, I was able to take a course as a certified trauma care practitioner.
Ah,
And right now, I was able to finalize that course at the end of July.
well,
So, as for
congratulations.
today,
Congrats.
thank you. I am a certified trauma care practitioner. But also at the beginning of this year, 2025, I took a course um, to become an IFS informed practitioner. So I am both IFS informed practitioner and certified trauma care practitioner. For those who doesn't know, IFS is short for internal family systems, which is a type of modality of psychotherapy
Mhm.
that has helped me to heal a lot from that trauma that I have carried because of the cult and all the cultural aspect to it. So it's a modality of therapy that I definitely love. And I am not a certified licensed psychotherapist. I'm just what could be called a coach or a consultant.
Mm-hmm.
But I accompany people when they have a particular goal to meet, and I sit with them. I help them with the IFS modality, and I
Mhm.
assist them for them to find that inner strength
Mhm.
with within an environment of love, understanding, respect, and judgment free to make sure that the person feels that they are capable to finally take the decision by themselves. I'm
Yeah.
handing back to them the decision making. I am not there to tell them what to do. I'm just there to accompany them for them to realize that they have the tools they need to
Right.
take that decision. And as a trauma care, certified trauma care practitioner and trauma informed, I am familiarized by my own experience of trauma, but also how to approach it from a perspective of care and love and not judgmental whatsoever,
Mm-hmm.
but to give the person the chance for them to open up, speak, and say what they need to say about the situation. And I'm just there to listen. I'm not there to judge.
Right.
And so far, it has been something that has put me with a lot of happiness. It fills me out. I
Fulfilling.
forgot the word. Fulfilling. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Has
Yeah.
been very fulfilling for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it has been good.
Oh, that's
Okay.
awesome. I love how you were able to take those traumas and everything that you've been to and kind of like just funnel it into something that can heal other people who have been through similar situations or even other situations, but taking your experience and being able to use it to help other people get to a place where they can
Mhm.
make decisions for themselves
Yeah.
too, you
I
know?
was going to say
Mhm.
the same thing. Do
Yeah.
you feel like that everything you went through, as terrible as it was, helped define you for what your purpose is now to help others?
That's a very interesting question, and yes and no.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you are inherently in a certain way, let's say inherently good to a certain extent,
Mm-hmm.
you usually tend to take decisions for the greater good
Mm-hmm.
because that's how you feel towards. And doesn't matter the trauma, you are still a good person, so you still root for good.
Yeah.
And even if you don't have trauma, you will still root for good because that's who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, the trauma I have been through, yes, it has defined the path I have taken.
Mm-hmm.
But I always said the trauma does not define me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This is my life experience,
Yeah.
but that experience don't say who I am.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am deeper than that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I try to make that differentiation because many times people says, "Oh, this person is this because of trauma," but I says, "No, no.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Trauma is part of my experience. I
Mm-hmm.
am this because this is who I am."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. It's kind of like studying for something and you fail the test,
Yeah.
but that doesn't make me a failure. That
Hmm.
caused me to study more, and now I'm able to
Yeah.
excel. So
Right.
no,
Exactly.
this is part of the journey. That's not me. This
Yeah.
just
Hmm.
sent me this direction to get me to who I am, which is not that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so
Exactly.
true. Because we all go through undesirable experiences, you know, and I like the way that you put that because usually my perspective of it is like, okay, we go through these things and it leads us to a certain place. And I don't know if I'd be here in this way if I didn't go through that, you know? But I like how you define that definitely.
It's the balance of it's not quite this,
Yeah,
not quite that, but both
somewhere
are
in there.
involved.
Right.
Yep.
Hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, that's
Completely
awesome.
agree.
Do you get to talk to anybody in your family anymore, or has everybody just kind of,
Basically, the short answer is kind of no.
okay.
I have tried to reach to family members. The response has not been the best.
Yeah.
So the basic answer for that is no.
Hmm.
The few that I can still have some contact, they are not Jehovah's Witness. They're mostly Pentecostal or Catholic, which is basically mostly the religions in Puerto Rico, with few exceptions. Um, and they have had a little bit of an issue with me coming out publicly because many of them are like, do whatever you want to do behind closed doors, don't tell anyone.
Mm,
But I'm like, it's like, nope, let the world know who I am. I
yeah.
am not here to hide. And I feel this is part also of the healing of the world, if I can put it away. The more you hide, the less representation. And I went through a lot of trauma. I went through a lot of troubles. And I tried to kill myself many times.
Hmm.
So I said, if someone sees me in the streets and they are like me, or somewhere in the LGBTQ or some other spectrum, and they said, huh, this person is still living their life, they are looking fine. I think one that I can do too. If I can save that life
Yeah.
Yeah.
just by being myself, I'm happy to do so.
Yeah.
Even if that means that I will receive critiques, even if that means that people will tell me terrible things, it's fine. I can take it. I am an adult.
Hmm.
Those kids who are growing up, they don't deserve to be treated the same way I have been treated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And me taking that decision will ensure to a certain extent that those future generations will have an easier time for being themselves without having to go with all the trauma that I myself have had to go through.
Hmm.
Yeah. That makes sense. My aunt, she's in her 70s, and she always says, this is nothing new. She's
Yeah.
like, the only difference growing up, people weren't allowed to be themselves.
Yeah.
But she was
Mhm.
like, this stuff, nothing has changed. It's just now people are able to be in public and do who they are. But
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We do a disservice to ourselves when we're not able to fully express who it is that we are, the
Yeah.
goods, the bads, all of it, you know? Just even when it comes to attracting people who are our friends or people in relationships, everything like that, you know, if you're able to present yourself as who you are, then you're going to attract the people who actually want to be there for you, not for
Mm-hmm.
whoever it is that you're coming and representing on the outside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And who wants to
Mm-hmm.
live a life where you have to be somebody or not
Right.
to attract people who aren't really your friend?
Exactly.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, at the end of the day, it's like, even if, say, if you pretended to be a Jehovah's Witness this whole time, you're making everybody happy because, oh, you're back and you're here. And then once you leave the Kingdom Hall and go home, you feel empty because you're not being yourself.
Yeah.
So why make everybody else happy in this journey of life if you are unhappy? It
Yes.
sounds
Mm-hmm.
selfish, but if you are living your life as your full self, your complete self, your happy self, it doesn't really matter how the world feels about it because you came in this world with just you and you leave with just you. So you have to make the
Mm-hmm.
best out of this short lifespan that we have.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a good
Mm-hmm.
trade-off, you know, to be able to live your life as who it is that you are and be able to practice whatever it is that you want to versus living your life just to appease everybody else when half of those people don't even know who they are themselves, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
completely agree with you.
I would
Yeah.
like to ask a question. If there was something that you could tell somebody who might be struggling, either coming out or somebody who is struggling with being a Jehovah's Witness or being a Jehovah's Witness and coming out, what is it that you would tell them?
Take your time. I know you want to come out and things for being good now. I understand that. I wanted to. And I hope that will happen soon. For the moment, analyze the situation and see, am I safe if I come out? Am I safe if I step out of this religion? Make a plan. Make sure that you can have a job that doesn't depend within the Jehovah's Witness. Make sure that you have some connections outside. Maybe there are family and friends that you went in school with that you can try to reconnect and try to say like, hey, I am stopping this belief. Can I start hanging out with you? Can I start having some connections? And once you cement that you have your own way out, if you have your own place way better, and you have your own connections and a new network, now will be the ideal situation for you to come out. Clearly, I said the ideal, which means there's not going to be always an ideal situation. If your life depends on it, and you feel you cannot live anymore, if you still in the closet and you still in this cult, save your life and come out.
Mhm.
Because if your life depends on it, your life is more important than waiting for the safety net. But if you can wait for the safety net, that will be better. Why I say this? Because the word is a bit scary. It's not as scary as Jehovah's Witnesses, but it's a bit scary. And sometimes things are a bit difficult. And, not knowing anyone like it happens to me, it's very, very complicated once you come out and you are in the streets and you get homeless, which happens to me when I came out of the cult. So it's complicated, but not impossible. So make sure that if you cannot have then that support from friends and family, then check the governmental help. Do they give you some help for you to be able to get you home? Can
Mhm.
you find some work that you can do maybe online or whatever work that you feel that will be easiest for you to have? And start from those two. Maybe the governmental agencies can give you some resources to help you get a place and at the same time for you to be able to go, have a completely safety net in that area.
Yeah.
So analyze the situation, look for the sources, and I hope the best for you, to be honest.
Yeah, that was great. That
Those,
was great advice.
yeah, especially the part that you brought out in the beginning is take your time.
Yeah.
Because I think when people are in this situation, it's like you're always told that Armageddon is around the corner, paradise is around the corner. So you feel like you're on this short timer. I need to hurry up and get this together. So I like that you brought out take your time and analyze and
Yes.
get everything in order.
Yes, so that you don't have to rely on any other people who are, putting food into your mouth or anything like that. And you even mentioned that you were homeless at one point. How were you able to even overcome that?
It was difficult. In the homeless shelter, I have to figure out life outside. I had to start asking questions and I start looking for the resources I needed. Gladly, in the homeless shelter, they were able to connect me with the right service workers, social workers, sorry. They were able to give me the information of the places that they were looking for, like to help for you to put you in. Like, what is the word for that? Like they give you an apartment for you
Yeah,
to
yeah,
move
yeah.
in.
Okay,
Hmm.
okay, yeah.
Anyways, they give you a list of places, and I was able to do the calls, bring the information, and apply for some of those apartments. And I was able to finally get one. Um, so it was a lot of work for me to be able to get the benefits. It
Hmm.
was hard, but at least I was able to find my way through it. It was
Yeah,
Yeah.
difficult,
yeah.
but hey, I'm still here.
Right,
Yep, you
right.
survived it.
Nothing is impossible, just like you said. That's such a good
Yes,
point.
Yeah.
Thank you
yes,
so
yes.
much for sharing your story. Do you have any final thoughts?
Yes, I would like to talk about the spiritual part, if that's okay
Oh,
with you.
that would be
Oh yeah, let's
awesome.
go.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Well, this has been also a very interesting shift because me growing up as a Jehovah's Witness, of course, only Bible and the devil was kind
Hmm.
of like the two things. And I started basically collecting crystals because I always like rocks and
Yeah.
minerals and stuff.
Hmm.
And I started having good connections with them. Again, going back to the senses and having the energy and feeling stuff.
Hmm.
The crystals was like my first step. I was always scared. It's like, ooh, this is leading me to witchcraft. So I was
Yeah.
scared. But once I start realizing, it's like, okay, where I came from, who are my ancestors? It helped me to realize, wait, I am kind of connecting back to that same energy.
Hmm.
I am from Puerto Rico, which means most of my ancestors were somewhere in the native indigenous people of the land, plus the black people who were brought from Africa, and also the European, because many places from Europe came here too, and Middle Eastern. So there is a mix somewhere there. And I start then connecting with myself, and I start working on my self-love. And that's where I open up myself and said, like, okay, how can I do this? What I'm open to learn.
Hmm.
And that's when I start getting open to learn about different cultures, different type of ideology, different type of religions.
Yeah.
And s- getting kind of like spiritual. I'm making peace with that word because the word spiritual has been damaged for me in the sense of how the Jehovah's Witnesses used it versus the actual use of spiritual. So I start exploring different deities, different spirits.
Hmm.
And at this moment in particular, I kind of consider myself kind of like polytheistic and more animist and ancestral type of working type of thing.
Okay.
In a regular basis, now that I'm back in the island, I
Yeah.
go to the river nearby and I visit and I talk to the river and sometimes I bring offerings. And when I'm frustrated, I go and talk. When I'm happy, I go and talk and share my happiness. And like this morning, I felt happy, and all of a sudden something pushed me to like bring the maracas,
Hmm.
bring me some music. And I went to the river and I started playing the maracas and singing to the river. And this is kind of like how I see now my connection with the spiritual world,
Hmm.
more towards an animistic perspective. Granted, people can call it pagan, witchcraft,
Hmm.
many things. I just want to let people know that whatever you believe is fine. Whatever you end up believing or not believing is fine. I went through a period of being completely atheist.
Hmm.
I was like, I cannot believe in any of this. But because of my own life experience, it was like, but I cannot deny it, that
Right.
I know these other things exist. So me exploring all that has led me toward this path that,
Yeah.
yeah, can be called whatever. I call it myself kind of witchcraft
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
because that's kind of like the word I like to use because I'm rebellious. I'm not a Jehovah's Witness anymore, and I can use that
Yeah.
word. And
Oh,
I even recently made this tattoo,
oh,
is
Okay.
a
nice.
heart and a pentacle.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Which, pentacle is part of a protection amulet, but also kind of depending the tradition, represent the elements and the connection with the elements. And
Yeah.
the heart represents for me like my living source, who I am, and to keep trying and not giving up.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I am at this moment.
That is really cool. Do you feel that you are more strongly connected to the spiritual realm now than you were as a Jehovah's Witness?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
It's interesting that back at that time, I was always able to kind of connect with plants most of the time.
Yeah.
And many times I will always have plants. I will talk to them, I will sing, I will do things to them. And they will always get pretty. And whenever I stop talking to them and making them feel good, they will start to wilt and sometimes
Yeah.
even die. And for me, that was like the first sign, like there's something there. And also, many times growing up, I was able to live through situations where I knew something was going to happen because I received a vision of
Hmm.
an accident or a problem or a situation that will I could remove myself from there to save my life. And
Mm,
this happened many times through my youth, and it still happens to these days.
wow.
And I always says this cannot be Satan or anything like that because it's like it has saved my life so many times and it
Right.
has to take care of me and others. It's like this has to come from a good source.
Mhm.
And now that I am more connected to all of this, I can understand that my guides, my ancestors, they're all there helping me, giving me their hand. It's just like, hey, don't do that. This is gonna be a problem. Go this way. So it has been very interesting to now understand the things that happened then, but now I have the awareness to be able to see, understand, and move towards different decisions in a different way.
Oh,
Yeah, it's about having a open, free mind. As a Jehovah's
Mhm.
Witness, we hear about ancestors or spirituality, manifestation. You don't look at it. You don't open your mind or open the door up for these things. But once you become someone more spiritual,
yeah.
when you hear something new, you look at it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you research it, you try it. And this is how you open up all these avenues and realize, like you said, life, everything around us is life or God-like. Plants, like
Mhm.
Mhm.
water, manifesting or just sitting and meditating by water, you feel a connection, you feel power.
Yeah.
And it just comes from having an open mind to try out these avenues. It's not evil, it's not demonic.
They demonize
Mhm.
everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everything that I feel like takes you to a higher frequency, they demonize it because
Mhm.
you have to stay in this frequency where they're able to control you, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
It's interesting how colonialism has a lot to do with all of this because when I go and see the spiritualism of my ancestors, both from Africa and the natives of the lands here in Puerto Rico, are clearly a very strong connection to nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by them demonizing their belief system, clearly created a deficit.
Yeah.
And also, they created a fictitious belief system
Yeah.
to keep people controlled and manipulated.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
That's so true. That
Yeah.
is so
That's
true.
spot on. They give you something that doesn't work, but you keep trying it over and over and over and
Mhm.
over. But the things that will actually help you grow as a individual, you won't look at it because you were told this is the devil. So
Yeah.
you'll never try.
Yes.
And it causes so much division. You know what I mean? Where it's like, well, no, what I believe is better than anything that you're talking about. It makes you so close-minded. And yeah, that's true. All the things that will actually help this world in general move closer to love and unity is stripped away from you with some of these organizations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and all sadly is because of the colonialist situation, because it's easier for the colony to say, hey, these are the new rules, these are the new gods,
Mhm.
and your gods are now the devil,
Yep.
because
Yeah.
that's how I wanted to make it. And sadly, history has been written by those who win, and the
Yes.
real
Yeah.
history has been hidden from all of
Yes.
us.
True.
And to a certain extent, I feel it's our right, but also our what is the word that you need to do? Um,
Our
Like
purpose.
obligated.
Oh yeah, obligation, purpose.
something like that.
Okay.
Like
Our
the
will.
mission, our will, yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
to actually discover and rediscover and relearn these things that
Yeah,
were taken from our ancestors because of colonialism.
Yeah.
that's so true.
So yeah.
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 And we have the same DNA as our ancestors. It's passed down to us, but
Mhm.
we never try to activate it. Like
Nope.
there's
Mhm.
something in our DNA that's connected to the people before us, and that will wake something up to go, wait a minute. They believed in something. What was it? Let me search for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're spot on. They have rewritten history to make things seem evil and make all the things that our ancestors actually practiced at the beginning of this whole life and everything, make it all seem demonic, just so
Yeah.
that they're able to insert whatever god that they believe, the god that, holds you down and says, no, you can't do this, you can't do that, you have to do this, you have to obey me this way,
Mhm.
This, um I don't even know what type of God that is, like one that, like a dictator type of God.
Yeah. To where it's only everybody has to live one way and believe one thing.
Yeah,
That's
Mhm.
not humanity. We're
it's
all
not
different.
humanity. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so true. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Thank you for everything and sharing your story with us.
Yeah, Amethyst, this was a good interview.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I was actually very excited to finally be able to tell a little bit more about myself.
Oh
Yeah,
It
yeah,
has
this will
been
inspire
a
people, I'm
pleasure.
sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
very inspirational, I would say.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
Oh, well, thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to us.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
And we'll do our outro. So thank you, Amethyst, for this interview. I'm sure you'll have a lot of comments of people that can relate and have questions. And so is there a place that they can reach out and get in touch?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Go to my Facebook or Instagram. My Facebook, I am Kim Amethyst Jmar. In Instagram, I am Boike Kiwari. And there you can also find a link to my website where you can just book a session if you want for a tarot or oracle reading mixed with IFS
Mhm.
or a whole session. So yeah, you can find the links there and hopefully if anyone would just want to be in contact with me and just have a conversation, you can also just send me a message through the website. And once I receive it, we can exchange also the numbers. I am not that active on the Instagram or Facebook, but you can also send me a message. If I see it, I will
Yeah.
gladly have a conversation. So yeah, let's find a way to connect.
Okay,
Okay,
we'll link
great.
your Instagram in the description box below so y'all will be able to find
Yeah,
Amethyst.
I'll send you guys the links so
Okay, perfect.
you can
Okay,
have all the
thank you.
information.
All right.
Okay, well, that's how you can get in touch with Amethyst. You can get in touch with us in the comments, of course, and in our Instagram at Awaken Truths IG. We also have our TikTok at Awaken Truths LLC.
We have our healing version, we have the normal edition as well as the Pimo edition. And don't forget to catch us in our next video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.